Hey guys, welcome back to How to Build a Modular Layout from Start to Finish. Today we're talking about laying foam. Now keep in mind this series is an improvement on my previous series. So my last series, it was my first major layout building. This is the second layout and I'm learning lessons, so I'm going to share those lessons with you. Some things we're doing differently from that first How to Build a Layout series. But again, the series in itself should cover anybody trying to build a modular layout. So let's talk about a few things when we're talking about foam. The first thing is, being a modular layout, you want to make sure that your foam is ending at each module so that it's apart, so you can take these modules apart easily without any problems down the road. Another thing is, make sure that these edges here on the foam are actually lining up with the table edges. This is something that we didn't do properly in the first series, and it caused some mismeasurements with the track plan. Keep in mind the track plan is going from the edge of the table inward. You want to make sure that's accurate. If I have this foam out from the table edge, I don't know where that table edge is to accurately transfer my track plan. So you want to make sure you're doing that right. Obviously you've got your different foam thicknesses. You've got 1 inch, 2 inch foam, even 4 inch foam on special order, so you can deal with any thickness you want to. Foam is good if you want to be able to put trees in, scenery real easy. You just puncture the trees into the foam, it goes down. It gives you a surface that you can mold and do things with your foam to make valleys and things like that like you want. But right now what we're going to do is show you how to put a piece of foam in. First of all, like I said, you want to make sure that it's on the track or the edge of the table. You've got liquid nails for projects here and a gun here that will handle the caulk. I'm going to make sure you got your corners. So I go ahead, I got like a chunk here from when I had to clear the gun out from earlier. But you want to make sure your corners are down, and then you're just going to run a pattern. Now some people spread it out. Some people do different things with the pattern. I'm not faulting anybody in their techniques. I'm just showing you what my technique is now. I don't want this thing completely permanent. I want to be able to get it up off the actual bench work if I can in the future. Just keep in mind I move a lot. But if you're wanting to go more permanent, you're going to want your pattern more widespread. So will this be permanent? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But all these other ones are down. There's not a lot of problems with them, and there's some shaving I have to do in order to get the surface completely even here. But one other thing I want to show you guys, and this is pretty minor, all the print on the foam, it actually puts a pattern into the foam. It's indented into the foam. So if you can, use the non-print side, put the print side down, and that way you're not dealing with having to work against those patterns. So foam should be a tight fit. But as you can see, with that tight fit, we want to make sure that lines up against the module here. So we're working on the edge of the module. And then you'll see this tight fit here with a nice line without any gaps. Now that line without any gaps is going to help you down the road. If you have gaps, one other mistake I made in the last series was I used expandable foam. I sprayed it into the gaps. You don't want to spray expandable foam in the gaps because sometimes it can work its way under the foam and cause some ridges. You got to have a good base, a good foundation for your model railroad. So what I would suggest is some drywall spackling in any areas that you aren't able to make perfect, because some areas aren't going to be perfect. It's just the fact. But if you can use those edges that are cut by the factory on these foam pieces to your benefit, you know, both on the smooth sides and on edge to edge, then it will help you out in your process. So that's about it on the foam tricks and tips and the how-to series on laying foam. As you can see, you look over across the layout here, everything is foamed up. I've got weights on certain areas of the foam still drying. You want to weight this down so that you get a good seal, good bond with the foam and the wood. Again, I use liquid nails for projects. There's some other different types of adhesives you can use. My way is not the only way. But in general, we've got a much improved layout. If you go back and look at my old series, there's a lot of gaps. There's less gaps in this layout. It's much more level, and I've ensured that it's level. We've got leg levers to move things around. So we are improving. Now overall, all you can hope for is improving. Perfection may not be achievable when you've only been in the hobby for a few years, but improve your process each time you're doing a layout, and it'll help you out. That's it for the foam series on how to build a layout, and we'll continue on with track plan transfers next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.